no matter what happens in our outer reality, whether you're waiting for the mango to ripen and fall upon the ground for you to then pick it up and enjoy the fruit, whether you're waiting for a relationship, whether you are waiting for something to happen that's going to turn your mood the different way, whether you're waiting for things to finally work out so you can take a break, enjoy life, settle down. As long as you are in that waiting room, then know this, that waiting is going to remain endless as long as it is awaiting upon the happening of something outside of you, right? No matter what is happening to us on the outside, right? You might think to yourself, if I get this, that'll be this, and I'm going to finally be able to get some breathing space, right? And you think, oh, I need a sign, if only this can work out. I need my business to take off. I want a partner, or why isn't this working out? If only this aspect of my life were working out, everything else would simply be fine and I would be happy, because otherwise my life is going quite smoothly, right? You see, the trouble is that it is actually not anything on the outside that has anything to do with the waiting or the mood or the emotion or the stress or anything, right? We can take away. Is it down to inner child healing? Is it down to somebody else? Is it down to a past? Is it down to X, Y, or Z, right? You can take away, some of you who have gone through that, put that on a side and look at people who've had rather flat, placid lives. Everything ticks the boxes, and yet they still don't have that fullness of life, that fullness of presence and engagement with life, which is not necessarily going off on holidays, having lots of friends, right? Getting one promotion after the other at work, career growth, right? Experiencing other planets, flying out into space, right? These are all experiences, again, our outer physical reality. But take away all of that. Take away the doing, take away if we're not on holiday every other weekend, then we are at home. And if we're at home, we are busy doing something. Maybe we're doing the garden. Maybe we are just doing something, right? Now, if you take that away as well, take away the doing, take away everything and all this list of things that need to be seen to, take away the holidays, take away the partner, right? Not necessarily, but if it's got to be the case that you either have a child or a dependent or a partner or somebody that has to be there in your physical environment, right? Be in that without engaging in anything outside. Give yourself time. Now, some of you will recall what happened during COVID lockdowns. That kind of isolation was forced on some of us, and a lot of mental health issues came to light. People broke up with each other. Divorces were on the rise. There were so many things that just suddenly started going wrong because people couldn't go out, people couldn't do lots of things, and they felt, wow, my mental health is impaired because I'm not able to engage. We are social and therefore we need to go and meet each other, right? But I'm here to suggest something different. Now, put away all of those things, and when you remove what needs to be done and you remove everything that you think that you will feel upon the happening of which, right? Or you've achieved everything that you wanted on your list, and you might find that you're now filling it up with all these experiences you're having. Maybe you're going on one holiday after the other, right? But there is no point where you're just still, or we are just sitting. We are just feeling. Where is this desire to go and explore, desire to go and do this, desire to spend some time with people, desire to be heard, to be seen? Where is all this coming from, right? Now, for some of us who have gone through an inner child journey, a healing journey, or for some of us for whom this is not even relevant, right? You may have not had any of this. You may not even have had any form of trauma or anything that has happened, right? Yet, there is still something that leads us to then go and try and fill ourselves, right, from nothing to something. And there's a fear of going into nothing. What is that nothingness? Now, it is exactly in that nothingness that we will be able to feel exactly where am I getting this desire to go and do all these things from. So one, you'll recognize that, okay, I'm trying to feel something. Second, you'll realize, give it a bit more time, there is a hole. There is a feeling that feels like being really, really low. And that feeling, right? It's like a sadness that you can't explain. It is something that you cannot fathom, right? But you won't feel it unless you put yourself in that place, because most of the time we are all escaping from feeling that, right? And this is where you've got to go from 2 to 1 to 0. From duality to non-duality to shunyat, you go to that point, you go to that great void before there was any manifestation, right? So when you're in that state, and when you're able to feel that that loneliness, right? Although it is not a loneliness, but it's a state that we're going to transcend. And that's where you experience a longing, a pining to belong, right? That longing or that pining comes not for something or someone or something that we need to quickly fill ourselves, either the belly, or we're trying to, try to fill that hole so it be suppressed, right? That is the initial wound of separation. Yet, it is the biggest irony of human existence. Yet, again, the biggest illusion, because there is never a separation, but there is that feeling that I am separate from that, right? That there is me and there is that. Whereas actually, there is none of that. And it is that longing to belong is a very, very necessary step into transcendence. It is a very vital step to have that kind of longing, right? It's a pining inside of us. And that pining can never ever be satiated. That pining is almost crucial to ensure our transcendental states. Be right back in part 2. Lots of love. Stay tuned for the next part.